Welcome back to the Making Of series. In this video we're moving on to bass. The starting point of the bass tone is a direct input signal, which is commonly referred to as a DI signal or a DI track. The signal is recorded directly from the bass pickups without any amps, cabinets or processing. For this song I'm using Shin's bass, since I really wanted a lot of mid-frequency and finger plucking in the tone. This is what the DI track sounds like. I duplicate the DI track 3 times to create 4 separate tracks that all serve a unique purpose. All tracks receive the same compression and limiting to keep the signal steady. I don't always mix bass like this, but it's what I ended up going with for this song. The first track focuses on the low frequencies. First, it goes through a plugin called Parallax, which simulates an amp and a cabinet. The settings are pretty clean and only add a small amount of distortion to avoid having a really muddy low end. Since I'm only interested in the low end for this track, I add a low pass filter and some EQ to clean the signal. I'll isolate the track and toggle the EQ on and off so you can hear what I mean. Next up is the distortion track. The purpose of this track is to tackle the high end. The track contains a lot of the really gritty distortion that sounds horrible on its own. On this track we flip the EQ, leaving only the high end, and remove a few unwanted frequencies. Take a listen. The third track brings more distortion, but this time the gain is much lower, creating a more crunchy sound. This is mainly to bring back the mid-frequencies. Therefore I'm removing a bit of the high frequencies with an EQ, because they're already present in the distortion track. This is what the crunch track sounds like. The fourth track blends in some of the DI signal back into the mix. It's something that I rarely do, but I liked it for this track. It's targeting the mid and high frequencies, and the purpose is to give the bass more presence by making the finger plugging audible in the mix. It sounds like this. Almost all of these tracks send to an effect called wide. This track creates a stereo effect, mainly targeting the higher frequencies. This helps the bass blend a little better with the stereo guitars. All tracks are within the same bass bus, where they are processed together with EQ. In case any frequencies pile up when all tracks are layered, it's easy to remove them here. Lastly, a multiband compressor is sidechained to activate whenever there is a kick drum hit, but it is only compressing the low end. This is to make sure the low frequencies from the bass and the kick don't pile up too much and overwhelms the mix. All tracks added together sounds like this. And just like the drum bus, the bass bus is routed to the mix bus, where all instruments are processed together. So the final bass within the mix sounds like this. Thank you so much once again for tuning in. You can find the rest of the videos in the Making Of series by clicking the playlist in the top right corner right now. And you can find the song Lily on my channel. I'll see you next time for some guitars.